like it's Christmas. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I thought I had a beer somewhere. Aha. I do have a beer somewhere. Fishing girl! No Tony tonight. You're stuck with me. What are you up to tonight? Ooh, that was a little far forward. Just a little bit. That one would be in the shoulder. Varner, what's up? I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your first name. Isaiah. Oh, that was silly. There we go. That's right where we want it. Welcome back, welcome back. Hanging out. Country girl, you know what I'm doing. I'm always just out here shooting the bow. I was out here a little earlier cleaning up the garage. I got a new video on deck. I just have Tony reviewing it, making a thumbnail for it. There we go. That one's in there. There we go. I'm not completely incompetent. Of course, it doesn't have the light at knock, so you can't actually see me hitting anything, but that's fine. Yeah, we're only off by a little. You make every day feel like Christmas. Backwoods, what's up, man? How are you doing? Welcome back. I actually called off from work today because I was up like last night. I had a fever pretty much all night. And then I was like, you know, I'm not going in, but I feel pretty good now, so. All right, let's try like best group on the block. Yeah, no, it's not great. I wish I could have been out hunting tonight, but I didn't feel well enough for that. But sit in the garage, shoot the bow, you know, it's not that bad. Three Cousins, what's up? There we go. We're in there. Three Cousins, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't remember you, man. I'm sorry. Reaper, thank you. She needs some love. She needs some love. There we go. As you guys can see, I'm getting the new bow dialed in a little bit. We're getting there, shooting a good group. Ben, I don't know if I remember you, man. I think I only see you like every time I'm on. Ooh, I pulled that one a little, but that's still in there. We're still touching fletchings. I'm just trying to shoot the new bow a lot. What is my biggest buck? Dylan, last year I shot 118-inch 10-point in Pennsylvania. This is only my third season hunting. This year I took like an 85-inch 8-point, smaller deer, 2.5-year-old deer, and but I had the recurve, so I felt like I had to do it. That was low. Oh, you dingbat. What are you doing? I knew that was low and I did it anyway. All right, time for some Black Hunter action. Ooh. I did not have a 250 grain tip on that, so that was high. So I gotta aim like 4 inches low with them. I guess that's the problem with having like 3 bows on standby and just picking up different ones. And I did it again. You know what? That's fine. We'll just keep aiming for the target. Dylan, that's a slammer, dude. Congratulations. Maybe we're just going to have a bad night tonight. Cannon, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back, dude. You can't tell us what state? Are you sure, Backwoods? Come on. Ben, if you're talking to me, no, I'm shooting, I shoot 250, 300 grain, or 150 grain broadheads. Does Pennsylvania have big deer? Yeah, they're few and far between. It's not like out in like Missouri or Kansas, but we certainly have some big deer. You make every day feel like it's Christmas. It is a Holden Commodore. Good eye, good eye. She needs some love. Cannon, that's awesome, dude. Congrats. So I take it you've been hunting pretty hard then, dude. Cole, happy early birthday then. Dylan, so currently in Maryland, we've got quite a few bucks that are over 150 inches. When I say quite a few, I mean there's 2 or 3. But for this area, I mean they're just absolute slammers. Why didn't you make any more lives? What do you mean while hunting, Kyle? Hello from Virginia. What's up, Jeff? Tony's made it down to your neck of the woods hunting a couple times now. Ty, what's up? How are you doing? My biggest buck is a 118-inch 10-point in Pennsylvania. So here's the thing. For everybody out there who's thinking about streaming their hunts, I would not do it. I think you're going to end up getting into trouble with it. And this is kind of why Tony and I have gone away from it. If you're streaming it and you just have the camera on you, I think you're okay. But if you actually have the camera on the animal when you're shooting it, I think you're really going to run into trouble. YouTube's going to ban your content. We actually just got flagged for some other stuff about 2 weeks ago. So you got to be careful on the lives, guys. Yeah, it's cold here. It's about 20 degrees. That's why I got the wood stove going. That's not good, Cannon. What'd you do? No, so this is my Black Hunter recurve. This one's only about 20 pounds. But wait, there's more. I've got my two other bows on the stand. This is the Sanlito Royal X8 longbow. It's a 68-inch longbow. Excuse me. And this one's 48 pounds, so it's close. Yeah, you can post videos of of shooting deer, but you just can't do it on live. They're very strict on the lives, guys. Why am I in the garage? Because it's 20 degrees outside and I have a wood stove in here. Ooh, we're touching. I guess my whole root there. All right, so this is the bow I'm gonna take out hunting, guys. This is my new one. I'm super stoked. I gotta get some more arrows before I take it out because the ones I have, I was bare shaft tuning. I don't know, I did that on the live, I think, with you guys. I think I need to go down to 340 spine on it. I pulled it. Not what I want to do. Is an inch going to matter? Probably not. Nah, I didn't really watch The Simpsons, to be honest. That was low. Oh, come on. I've already put a decent number of shots through this thing. I think I'm just tired. That's why I have the practice bow. Is it realistic since there's no wind? No, I'm not really practicing for realism. If I wanted to do that, I'd be up in my saddle that I have, and I'd be up in a tree right now. A little low there, too. I think I just got to get used to the draw weight a little bit. No, it's a longbow right here. But yeah, I do hunt, like, so I sighted the rifle in because I've never killed a deer with the rifle and I wanted to do that. But I ended up taking the flintlock out instead. So I might still go rifle hunting. I hunt with the compound. I'll probably do that late season. Griffin, that's awesome, dude. Congrats. Jeff, I think the saddle is the way to go for public land hunters. If you have private land, you can set up ladder stands, like that's fine. But climbers, you can't get into every tree with, and I really think saddles are the way to go. That's a little better. I'm still pulling them left a little bit. Although those arrows are a little too underspined, especially with the weight in the front. Those things are shooting like a 500 spine arrow. And realistically, like I need 400 without any weight in there. So, yeah, I think that's probably the issue. And sometimes when you're underspined, you impact a couple inches to the left. So. But yeah, what's everybody else up to tonight? Chill guy, get out, get after it, man. You're a little late in the season, so don't be super discouraged if you don't get anything. You know, there's a lot less deer left now than there were 2 months ago. But get out, get after it, try and learn what you can, and go from there, dude. And then maybe next year you get out, do some archery hunting. I really think if you guys aren't archery hunting, you're behind the curve. Like it's so much easier because one, there's more deer. Two, it's a nicer season. You don't have to wear all this gear because it's 20 degrees out, you know? Griffin, congrats, man. Ashton, that's awesome, dude. As long as you're out there getting after it. Pheasant is a lot of fun to hunt. And honestly, it's probably my favorite like game animal to eat. I really enjoy pheasant. Deer, I don't really care for. I make mostly jerky and sticks with it. Yeah, it's rifle here now too, Jeff. We're in Pennsylvania. I don't know where you're at. There we go. There we go. We're in there that time. Almost. Just barely outside of that. I'll take it. I'll take it. What does Pontiac stand for? I don't know. Probably nothing anymore since GM axed them. Back Mountain, that's awesome, dude. Congrats. Meat in the freezer, I'm sure a good time. Belfast, how's it going, man? Thanks for hopping on. How is everything over in Ireland? It's probably pretty late there right now. Dylan, that's awesome, dude. Congratulations. Ooh, that sounded expensive. I forgot I had the wrong arrow on. Ah, okay, Jeff, that's interesting. Yeah, we're getting close to that point. I think Pennsylvania season goes out like next Friday or something. Will be the last day of rifle. And then it's closed for a couple weeks, and then it's the flintlock season. Chains, what's up? Yeah, I think it's just those arrows are impacting to the left because I think they're under spine, and I think that's the issue. I think that is the issue. That's all right. Hey, if you guys could all double tap your screen and give us a like, I'd greatly appreciate it. Helps feed the algorithm a little bit. Frederick County. Ooh. That arrow's not as far back as it appears. It just hit the part of the insert that doesn't have any foam and kicked to the right a little bit. Nah, you can't show any guns on live, guys. I wouldn't do that. I do have some, and I want a rifle hunt, but we'll see. It's hard for me to put the recurves down, or the trad bows. They're just so addicting. Congrats, Chains. That's awesome. Nah, Alice, you don't have to delete anything. I'm just not having a great shooting tonight either. Shooting session. Not doing so good. Nah, Jeff, it's either sex all season. in Pennsylvania. They changed that a couple of years ago before I got into hunting, but I am familiar with it. No, this is not a homemade bow. These staves over here are going to be homemade bows at some point, though. The Bait Shack, congratulations, dude. Meat in the freezer. Oh, boy, it is not a good bow day. What is going on? What is going on here? Well, we didn't break an arrow, so that's cool. Off to a good start. Maybe we'll shoot the Samick Sage a little bit too. I haven't shot that bow since I got my new one. Have I killed anything this year? So this was my first year hunting with the Recurve, and as you can see, I'm a little petty. I put chalk lines on the back of it for the number of deer I've killed. I don't know, you can call me petty or whatever, but I just like being original. So what I have is I have a box spring that I've cut open and I've stuffed it with pallet wrap because I'm able to. We have some warehouses down at work, and I'm able to get a lot of pallet wrap easily from stuff that's just getting thrown out, you know. So, Rabbit, what's up? Welcome, brother. Welcome. So I don't think I want to shoot 2 of these arrows with the Sage, though. I don't think I want to do that. I don't know if I'll even take the longbow out hunting this year yet. I might just stick with the Sage, and we'll go from there. No, that's the wrong arrow. You know what? No, it's not. That'll work. I got a 200 grain insert in here. All right. That was high. Oh, you know what? It's because I'm not shooting 700 grains. No wonder it was high. I need to stop switching between arrow setups, or I just need to like get some arrow setups with the quivers and stick them in there, and then I never have to change it. I just have so many like miscellaneous arrows laying around. That wasn't great either, though. Like I said, I think I'm just having a bad night shooting, and it just is what it is. What am I doing? I am shooting traditional bows, traditional archery bows. So I've got long bows and recurves. So Jeff, for my hunting setup, I'm pretty much strictly the Easton Legacies. These arrows are fantastic. I don't know if it's going to focus well enough or not. These arrows are great. I'd highly recommend them. For my practice bow, I have Link Boy arrows, which are like $50 for a dozen, but they actually work pretty well. So I've got 3 bows here tonight, guys. I've got the Samick Sage, which is my hunting bow, or one of my hunting bows now. I've got the Samlita Royal X8 longbow, which will be my hunting bow coming up. And then I've got my practice bow, which is my Black Hunter Recurve. All of them are fantastic, cheap bows. I don't know about that. I'm certainly not the best at shooting. It doesn't matter if that's like with traditional archery equipment or compounds. But I get better. That's why I shoot a lot. Lil Back. There's your shout out. Alice is cracking the whip. I already gave you a shout out, buddy. That's a hell of a group. So I will say, like, one of the things that like is kind of nice, but is kind of like not great about it either. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Like this bow is probably the lightest one I own. It's the biggest bow. It's a 68-inch bow, but it's also the lightest. And that kind of negatively affects accuracy. So I think once I get a quiver on here and I get that set up, that'll probably help a little bit more. Brecken, I don't think you can go wrong with any of these bows, man. Especially if you're just new to traditional archery. I think all of these bows are great for you. The state record was in West Virginia. Ooh, that's awesome. There we go. See, a lot of the issues is just me too. Like I was plucking the string a little bit because I haven't shot. Like I really just need to shoot 5 shots a night and then be done. Alice, did I miss something? I feel like there's a side conversation here that I missed out on. A little bit left. I pulled that one. I gotta like lock my back in, I think. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. I do really like how quiet the longbow is, and I can see why so many people really, really love them. I don't even have silencers or anything on there yet, and I think once I throw the silencers and a quiver on there, it's going to be super, super quiet. Appreciate it, Erie. I don't know if I've seen you on here before. How are you doing? I'm guessing you're a Pennsylvania guy. Or gal, don't want to assume. Ooh, what did I do? Stop doing that. Whatever you're doing, stop doing it. Tony, what's up, what's up? And no cam on a longbow? There's no cams on any trad bows. Just a stick and string. Tell you what, like these bows are not for the faint of heart when it comes to hunting, but man, they're awesome. Erie, we will definitely sub back to you after this, or if Tony's on, he can get you right now, I think. Ooh, that's not good. I think I've shot too much with that, and we just got to put that thing down now. I think that's what needs to happen. Back, that's awesome, dude. Get after it. Get out in the woods. Why was that so high? Man, I'm having a really bad day shooting here. Cowboy, what's up? When did you sneak in here? I'm just going to take the 20-pound bow hunting. Colin, I'm actually about 10 yards, but, you know, whatever. I do shoot out to 50 with this bow. Actually, Tony and I have shot out to 70 with these bows. Appreciate it, Jeff. I need to try shooting with my contacts in someday here. That's what I need to do. I think it would help me a lot. The real question is, what are you hunting with in the morning, Tony? 10 yards, not 10 feet. I don't, okay. Come on, buddy. You got this. Tonight is just one of those nights where, like, normally I would just put the bow down and just call it, because I'm shooting bad. That was really high. Really, really high. You make every day feel like it's Christmas. Alaska, what's up? What's up? Sawyer, I had a fever last night, and I was down for the count, so I took off work today. I'm feeling a lot better now, so hopefully it doesn't get any worse. But yeah, I'm feeling okay. I appreciate you asking. Thank you. Yeah, see, like, I think now that Tony and I, like, we're monetized on YouTube and we have an LLC, I think I'm, like, at work right now. So I didn't really take off work today, guys. Man, I hate these days when I'm shooting bad. Jeff, I always want to shoot my bows. Like, and this is the thing that I love about traditional archery is, like, I just always want to do it because even at 10 yards, like, it's just, it's never a guarantee, you know? Today I'm having a really bad shooting day. I actually started off pretty decent earlier, but like I said, I shot this bow like 20 or 30 times before the live, and I was grouping pretty well. And then I think I'm at that point where I'm kind of exhausted. So, hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Part of the shed crew. No, I didn't make this bow, but we got the staves out drying by the heater, and those will be bows here real soon. Hit the car. Okay, just for you. You ready? But that right there is a really dead deer, so that thing's going 40 yards, and I'm going to have a drag out of the woods. Chick, what's up? What's up? What's up? I don't know. Maybe I'm just better at shooting deer than I am shooting targets. How do I aim? I gap shoot. If you're familiar with traditional archery, then you either gap shoot or you instinctively shoot. I do gap shooting. Now that arrow is like consistently flying higher than all of the other arrows, and I don't know why. Endicott. We normally hunt whitetail deer, but we're gonna try and, Andrew Hart, what's up, what's up? Thanks for joining. We're gonna try and hunt some other stuff here for you guys too. I think like Tony and I wanna do some fun stuff like coyotes, maybe just do some squirrel hunting because we haven't really done any of that. Alaska, thanks for hopping on, brother. Hope to see you again, man. That one's like dead center, and I aim for the exact same spot. I don't understand. Tell me why. Alaska, we're all coming up for moose hunting next year, so you better have like 5 to 10 spots, because I'm pretty sure you got me, Tony, Ben, Alice is coming. Everybody's going to be up there. I'm sure Rabbit will be down for some moose hunting. We'll have everybody. A whole Pain Train Nation. Whole Pure Alaska Nation will be out there. Yeah, Jeff's coming. I don't know if you're familiar with how we hunt traditionally in Pennsylvania, but a lot of guys, the good old boys here, they drive deer. Well, we're about to go up to Alaska and start driving moose. It's going to be a new thing. Just wait. Something about when I just pick this bow up, it just feels so right. I don't know what it is. See, Alaska's game, or Alice's game, sorry. We're gonna, you know what, we're gonna swap that out right now so I don't keep doing this. Not want that one there. I don't know if that's the tip. There we go. That is the one. Ain't nothing but a heartache. No, we don't own any private land. Like we have our own houses and stuff, but as far as hunting goes, we don't hunt on any private land. I have permission from a farm to hunt red tag season, which is an agriculture season here in Pennsylvania, but it's only for does. So we 99% of the time we don't hunt on public or on private land. I'm sorry, we're public land hunters. We thoroughly enjoy the challenge of it. It's a fair playing field for everybody, and we like to pride ourselves on just working our butts off and getting the results, you know. Endicott Films, there is your shout out. Thanks for hopping on and thanks for asking some questions, man. Hope to see you again. I gotta get over this cough. Sawyer is a moose slayer. No, we don't own private property that we hunt on. We hunt all public land, guys. Hey, if everybody could do me a favor and double tap their screen, that would give us a like. And if you want a challenge, if we get to 50 likes, I'll chug a beer for you guys or something. There's my challenge. And I know some of you are going to be like, oh, you just want an excuse to chug a beer. And I'm going to be like, you're damn right I do. There we go. Chug a beer. I'm on the clock. I think this is like the only place where you can drink at work. We're at 46. We're almost there. For every 50 likes, I'll chug a beer. My soberness is in your hands, guys. Hate nights when I'm not shooting good. Maybe I just need some, I need some accuracy elixir, AKA some cold boys. Maybe that's what I need. Cowboy, you're welcome to come work with me anytime. Oh, man, there it is. All right, let me grab the beer, guys. All right, let's do this. Nobody judge me. It's not gonna be great. And they're freezing, which doesn't make it any better. You don't want like warm beer for chugging, but you definitely don't want cold beer. Ooh, shoot a can off the hood of the car. Ooh, cheers, guys. I can't even do it, it's so cold. Oh, that hurts. Oh, God. Oh, boy. That hurts my insides. Whew. Whew. It's really not good when your beer is like, you know, 33, 34 degrees, like right above freezing. Then you try and chug it. Like, you need some warmer beer for that. That was disgusting. What's wrong with the G8? I mean, besides the fact that it clearly has a flat tire because we shot it on a live, it has a failed lifter as well. If you want to buy it, $6,000. And I have an extra set of Camaro wheels that I will throw in. That was horrible. I have a tab on the way too. Maybe that'll make it better. That was great. Whew. All right. Time to get serious. We got the big boy bow out. Yeah, we absolutely have the best YouTube fans out there. We genuinely appreciate all of you guys. Yeah, at 100 likes, I will chug another beer. I wasn't advertising that, but thank you for reminding everybody, Damien. I appreciate that. So James, I've got 3 bows here, so try to stay with me. This is my San Lito Royal X8 longbow. It's a 40-pound bow. I overdraw by a few inches, so I'm drawing about 47, 48 pounds with it. Right now, excuse me, I'm shooting the Easton Legacies and a 400 spine out of it, but I really should have 340 spine arrows for it because I like to run like a high FOC, and right now I'm only running a 75 grain insert with a 100 grain field tip. Because otherwise, if I run more weight, it's weakening the arrow spine too much. And it's getting all wonky on me. But I would like to make this my hunting bow. That's a little low. Little low. And then I'll explain my other bows as I shoot them. Because I got 2 other bows here. I got my Black Hunter Recurve, and I have my Samick Sage Recurve. I think part of my problem tonight is I'm not like aiming before I draw back. And then I think the other problem is I'm just having a bad shooting night. That would be a dead deer. Top of the lung, maybe nick the spine. I think it's lower than the spine. Now, I'm not afraid to hit anything. To prove how not afraid I am, I think at some point here, Tony is gonna shoot an apple off my head. Maybe, we'll see. If that's something you guys wanna see, let us know. But it's something we've been contemplating a little bit here. I'll wear a helmet for safety, so it'll be fine. I'll wear my hard hat. See, people want to see it. Ooh, I gotta get some more wood on that fire, I think. Chase, what do you need advice with, man? Can I try to hit the eye of the deer? Yeah, Chris, I can try. Can't guarantee anything tonight with how I'm shooting. Wild Adventures. No, I did not, but I'll make sure I check it out after this, man. We were pretty close. Not quite in there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Off by like an inch or two. Chase, how to grow your YouTube channel? Sure, we can talk about this a little bit. This is kind of an interesting topic, right? And I'm sure a lot of people are curious, like how do you grow your YouTube channel and how do you do it fast? Number one is consistency. Tony and I have been at it together, so we have that going for us. We kind of split the workload, but then you split the rewards as well. So that's a trade-off, but it's certainly a good one for growing fast. Other than consistency, if you're trying to pick up subscribers, you need to hammer away at shorts and and live feeds. Live feeds are okay, but if you're not really consistent with them, you're probably not going to see a whole lot of people. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The unfortunate part though is like the long forms are what generate a lot of money. So you kind of have to really perfect your craft on those. Bugs, I'm doing okay. I had a fever last night. So last night was a rough night, but then I called off from work and I took it easy today, so I was able to. Yeah, Wild Adventures. I'll check it out after this, and I'll make sure to comment on it for you. Yeah, to everybody else out there, like there's no shortcut for the hard work to grow your channel. You have to find, like, we have all the people in blue, like they're our moderators. They hop on almost all of our lives. They're absolutely fantastic. We've had so many returning viewers, and you guys are the ones who make it for us. You need to find like a niche, and you need to find a loyal fan base who's going to come back and watch all your content. So if you're just white noise and you're putting out the same content that everybody else is putting out, and there's nothing really unique about you, and you're not making this interaction with people, it's going to be really hard to be successful as a YouTuber. That was a little. Let's do this. Tyler, Tony put it in the chat. The biggest one I've killed is a 118-inch 10-point in Pennsylvania. That was last year. This is my third season bow hunting. Not bow hunting, just hunting in general. This is my third season hunting. And then this year I took like an 85-inch 8-point here on public land in Pennsylvania, but I did it with the Recurve. So I'm way more proud of that buck than I am of the one from last year. Especially after like I had a really rough season. Yeah, Jeff, just stay with it, dude. Like, that's all I can say. Stay with it. See if you can improve your content. Like, you have to be your biggest and hardest critic. So look at your videos and have an honest assessment of like, what can I improve on my content. And if you can do that, you're going to be okay. Bugs, it's all right. My back's tired right now, so I'm not shooting very great. And I think I'm plucking the string with it. I don't know why. I gotta fix that. Maybe if we do a deeper deeper grip. There we go. Yeah, so if I do a deeper grip with that one, it seems to work a little better. Thanks, Tony. I think both of those are dead deer, so I'm not super worried about it. No, we hit the whip. No, I'm not shooting the whip. We've done that before. I'm not doing it again. You guys are a bad influence. So I am kind of curious as to how this one will shoot, because I haven't bare shaft tuned this bow in a while. And I wonder if anything has changed since I first did it. Let's give her a go. Shoo! She's sticking out way left, which means she's a little underspined. And honestly, that's probably pretty true, because I think I'm drawing more now than when I was when I first started. Thank traps. No, we're not shooting the whip, guys. Everybody calm it down. Ricochet, you take your aim. Jeez, I am shooting horrible tonight. It's like the worst night of shooting I've had in a while, guys. I apologize. Yeah, we got a surprise rain this morning, but it came down in the form of snow. I was quite surprised because they weren't calling for snow, but here we are. Yeah, Chase, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You know, and tonight, like, you guys can go back and watch. Tonight is probably the worst night of shooting I've had in a while. Maybe it's because I shot a little bit before I hopped on the live, which I don't normally do. Maybe it's because I'm just getting off of being sick and little just tired in general, body's fatigued. I don't know. Who knows? Just got some new gloves for the wood stove too. Oh, new groups or new compound shooter looking for advice. So I don't like compounds aren't necessarily difficult, and I can tell you that I shot compounds with pretty bad form the past 2 years, and I still killed 10 deer in those 2 years. You can get away with a lot, okay? If, you know, top three pieces of advice. You know, number one is dealing with target panic. So what they've kind of done is they've gone to, you know, thumb releases, they've gone to hinge releases, stuff to help you avoid target panic so you get that surprise factor when you're releasing. I always shot with an index release, and the biggest thing for me was just not punch it, you know, like don't pull it, just slightly pull and like apply pressure until it lets go. So if you can avoid target panic, that's probably number one. Number two is back tension, which I can tell you I didn't understand until I started shooting the trad bows. So I don't really have tips to help you too much with that. What I was told when I started shooting the trad bows, which might help you with the compounds, is like close the refrigerator door with your elbow, right? So come in, lock in, and then as you're releasing, like pull back through the shot and close the refrigerator door with your elbow. I hope that helps you. I'm not sure it will. And number three, I don't even know. That's probably it. Like modern compounds are not that difficult to shoot. If anybody else has advice, drop it in the comments, you know, but I appreciate it. Yeah, Jeff, that's great advice. Make sure the bow, that's probably my third piece of advice. Make sure the bow sits properly in your hand. You know, you don't want to be grabbing the bow with a fist. You want to just let it rest in the V of between your thumb and your index finger. Just let it rest in there. And then keep your fingers on this side coming out at like a 45-degree angle. Yeah, Bill's got great advice. Don't overbow yourself. Yeah, so there's lots of good advice in the chat here. Lots of good advice. I swear, sometimes I'm better at just shooting the deer target than I am shooting the little diamonds on there. Crazy. You know what? I've got another piece of advice, and probably, in my opinion, the most important piece of advice for somebody starting archery. You're gonna hear it a million times from different people, but aim small, miss small. And, you know, one day it kind of just clicked for me. Like, don't aim for, if you're looking at my targets, right? Don't aim for the diamond. Aim for the center of the diamond. And then when you miss, you'll still be closer to the diamond, you know? So aim small. Pick the tiniest spot that you can and shoot for that. And I promise, like that'll improve your accuracy tremendously. No, we've never accidentally hit the car. We did purposely shoot the tire, which is probably why it's flat, and the arrow ricocheted and came back. Yes, GHET. Yeah, 100 likes and I will chug another beer, but I'm not happy to do it because that first one was kind of painful, I'm not going to lie. It is a wood stove. Yeah, we got the wood stove going. I would like to get a wood stove for the house at this point, honestly, because oil heat is pretty expensive. And I don't know, I think before the season, I'd cut down and split like 4 cords of wood. It wasn't a tremendous amount of work. Most of the time, we got the boys over, we're drinking beer, and it's going pretty well. But yeah. Yeah, Steven, they're awesome cars. Absolutely love them. Why do I keep doing that? You know, if I had another piece of advice for anybody shooting bows, it would probably be when you're having a bad night like I am tonight, just put the bow down and take it easy. Because the reality is your shooting's probably not going to get better, and you're just better off walking away before you get frustrated. Which I'm not frustrated. I do this enough, I know, but especially if you're just starting out, that's probably the way to go. Oh, dude, you had one in Striker Blue too? Oh, no, I'm sorry. You were talking about the stove, Paul. I apologize. This is an old one. I don't even know what it is. The neighbor had 2 of them that he got from work or something, I think. And then he gave the old owner of the house one, and it was like this when I got it. Yes, Audrey. I've taken, Audrey, we've seen you in here before. You know, I've taken four deer so far this year. Anthony, my biggest buck is a 118-inch 10-point in Pennsylvania. I just started hunting. This is my 3rd season hunting, and yeah, that's about that. Yeah, definitely set up a peep sight and a kisser button on a compound for sure. There we go. You know, when I'm using that deep grip, like all the way down in the first joint there, I'm really shooting better with that. Yeah, when you shoot as much as we do. Austin, I appreciate it. Yeah, this is only my 3rd season hunting. I've taken 14 deer at this point, and 4 of them are with the Recurve, including my buck this year, which it wasn't a big buck. I had a bad shot on a nice mature mountain buck in Pennsylvania early in the season. That one broke my heart a little bit. I hit it in the shoulder. I had a horrible shot angle, and I took it. You know, I gambled, I took it, and it is what it is. But then later in the season during the rut, I grunted in like a nice 85-inch 5-point. I'm sorry, 85-inch 8-point, and with the Recurve, like I felt like I had to take it. So it was awesome. 23-yard shot, and I absolutely drained it. Exploding targets. Now that would be interesting for a live. Kearney boy, if you could send us that in like an email or just shoot us a message with like a link to that on Facebook, that would be awesome because I would definitely do that. That's the secret, Tony, and you got rid of the Mustang. Otherwise, you'd have, 10,000 people just talking about your car. Those arrows are touching. And see, now I'm kind of finding my groove. When I got the deep grip down on like these heavier draw weight bows, it's working a lot better. Yeah, Tony sold his Mustang. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I want to because I want to free up the garage space, but I'm also like, it's like the last thing that I have to hold on to from like my young single life, Ligma, that is the way, man. That is the way. But see, then like I'll be having an awful night, and then I'll shoot a pretty good group then with my hunting bows, and that's the kind of stuff that gives me the confidence. All right, Tony, good luck. Everybody wish Tony good luck tomorrow. He's heading down to Maryland. He will be getting up bright and early, probably 3 or 3:30 in the morning, and he's gonna have a nice cold day out in the woods. I ordered some cheap lighted knocks too. So I'm excited to try them out. It was like 15 bucks for a 6-pack. So I'm excited to try them out and see if they work. At least good enough just to shoot here in the garage, you know? Ligma, I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, it is going to be cold tomorrow. I think we're going to get some good hunting. Maybe not good hunting, but better weather for hunting. It's going to be like 50s, 60s, maybe even 70s here coming up early next week. So maybe I'll take off Monday and Tuesday, go hunt. Paul, you should just do it, man. Just get back into it. It's awesome. That guy, I don't know, man. Maybe in the spring we'll do everything I have to do on the car and we'll get her running, and then I'll actually show her running on the live so you guys believe me that she does, or that she will eventually run. Tony, what's up? Where's the mouse? See, there we go, and that's all I needed to do. I probably was shooting better all night if I just used the first groove, my knuckles, get a nice deep hook on there. Ugh. Rabbit's leaving too? Peace out, Rabbit. What is my anchor point? So I touch my middle finger to my tooth, and then I put the string on my nose. Paul, thanks for hopping on, man. Appreciate all the comments, and I hope to see you again. Everybody's heading out, man. What the heck is happening here? Yeah, I think we're in the heart there. A little well, but we might be in the heart. What are we hunting? We hunt white-tailed deer, mostly. I mean, you can use either. Yeah, you know, it's really all preference. It's a lot of playing around with what you like, you know. But yeah, my middle finger, like you can kind of see, like my middle finger just sticks out a little bit more, and so like that just kind of anchors nicely. I can't really get my eyes any lower because my glasses, I think they negatively affect me. So from Scotland, thanks for hopping on. What time is it there? And that was one of the things I was taught early on. Shoo! So like I'm that guy on TikTok for you that's like building a hut in the middle of the woods with like a swimming pool and stuff. Ligma, we're gonna do a little bit of that. Just because I haven't had a carefree, like worryless hunt this whole season. I lied. I did go out hunting deer once this season. I didn't bring camera gear, and it was kind of just for me. That was a nice evening. I saw a deer, didn't have any shots. Danny, Manchester, UK. Thanks for hopping on, man. How are you doing? I think I'll probably take, I don't have a good 22. That's my reason for not going out and doing some squirrel and rabbit so far. But I would probably take the 22 for that. What was that? Moose loose in the hoose. There we go. That one worked out pretty well. Take bow for small game. I have killed a couple squirrels and rabbits with the recurves. I don't know. Like if I'm going out for a nice like relaxing hunt, a 22 with a suppressor on it would just be like perfect. Just sit there and, you know, make some heads explode and call it a day. So I was sitting there on opening day of rifle season here in Pennsylvania, and I had the flintlock out, and there was a squirrel that was like literally like 4 feet from my feet just staring at me, right? And I kind of just like pulled my hand out of my pocket, and I was like, and I regret like not recording it because then he just ran up a tree and he started like, you know how they like yell at you. But it was like the funniest thing. I wish I'd like thought I had enough to pull my phone out for it, but it is what it is. You hunt doves with a longbow? I don't believe that until you show me a video. Ooh, a 22 pistol. That'd be kind of fun. I don't think you can legally do that in Pennsylvania unless it's like a revolver, but I think Tony has a 22 revolver. What are the fuzzies for? So this is beaver fur, and they are silencers, so they help reduce vibration in the bow. I mean, poor man, like I'll bring the recurve out, dude. We can do it. Like I'll try. Where are you at? There we go. At least I'm getting more consistent. We're getting there. Now, I don't think, it's crazy because I could probably shoot, like since I've started shooting the recurves and really got my back tension down, like I'm drawing a lot further than I used to. And I think even the 400 spine arrows are a little too underspined for me. That was pretty close. It's a little underspined, but not much, man. Maybe I'm wrong. I probably just plucked the string last time I did it. Hey, they approved the bank account. Cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good stuff. So for anybody else who's on here and you have a YouTube channel, when you monetize, make sure that you set up your bank account with AdSense. So there was 2 months and like a week that Tony and I were not monetized for, and we had money just like sitting there, and we didn't think anything of it. We're like, all right, well, like we'll set up the LLC and stuff in the meantime. So we were in the process of doing that, and then YouTube like paused our monetization because we had like, I don't know, it was like $700 or something just like sitting there. And they were like, you need to like get this figured out before we're going to keep paying you. Courtney, what's up? How are you doing? Courtney, I'm doing okay. I've been sick the last couple days, and tonight's like the first night that I'm really feeling better, so can't complain. What are you up to on a rockin' Thursday night? I think most of us are just hanging out. We're drinking some beers. You know, I'm shooting the bow, and I think a lot of people like just the idea of shooting the bow because it's like 20 degrees outside where we're at in the Northeast. So I think this is where all the outdoors peep just kind of come to hang out and talk about hunting and fishing and outdoors. It's awesome. We've built quite the community here, and we couldn't have done it without everybody who's here in the chat and supports us. Do you hunt at all, Courtney? What is my biggest buck? 118-inch 10-point in Pennsylvania in the 3 seasons that I have been hunting for. Pennsylvania, yep. We hunt Maryland too. Tony gets down into Virginia a little bit. I think next year we might try Ohio or New York or New Jersey. Ligma, that sounds like fun. We thoroughly enjoy fishing for carp. We do that a lot in the summer. We did a carp fishing tournament this year, and we would have taken 5th if we had actually gone. But I reached out to the guy who was running the competition, and he was like, Well, we told him we had like 80 pounds of carp between our 4 fish, and he was like, I probably wouldn't, because it was like a 2.5-hour drive from where we were at. Angelina, wouldn't you like to know? I'm 29, soon to be 30. That's a little low. Yeah, the tournament was awesome. It was an exhausting weekend, but you know, it was something. Tony and I work together, so not together, but we work in the same place. So after work on a Friday, we quick drove 2 hours north up to registration up in Williamsport, and then we drove 2 hours to what's the lake? Oh, that's gonna bug me. It's like the reservoir for the Juniata River. I can't think of the name of it. But yeah, so we went down there. We fished for like 2 days straight, and then and then we called it a weekend. So if we had gotten like 120 pounds of carp, we would have gone up, and we probably would have placed like 2nd or 1st place. I think 1st place was like 130 some pounds. I think we would have taken 2nd. Yeah, Raystown. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you. Yep. But it was awesome. Brody, do it, man. A lot of the recurves, if you can pick them up not recurves. A lot of the compounds, if you can pick them up like a couple years old, they're fantastic bows. You know, I don't think that much has changed in the last 5 years that would really affect you wanting a brand new bow. Definitely not with like the cost. There we go. There we go. We're in there. I'm gonna be sore tomorrow after shooting the hunting bows this much. Yeah, having salmon, man, that must be rough. You're just living a rough life. It's funny. We always kind of wish for like the stuff we don't have. Like, I always wish like I could do, like, we have steelhead and salmon in Pennsylvania, salmon in New York, but steelhead in Pennsylvania, but they're like 4 hours away. So it's drivable when I've done it, but I'm always like, man, I wish lived closer. But I live in some of the best fly fishing in the country, at least on the East Coast. Outdoor magic. These logs here, they are actually staves, which is why they're split, and I'm going to make bows out of them. Wow. Arrows in there. Yeah, so I really want to do like a really cinematic long form video for next year. And for like the opening scene, I have it in my head of like the wood stove going in the garage. I'm sitting on a billiards bench and like snow's coming down outside and you just see me like whittling away at a bow. And then the camera slowly pans up to like the night sky with snow coming down. I think that'd be super cool. It's one of the reasons I love YouTube, and it sucks. Like our long forms really don't do great, even though I think we put out a lot of really good content. You know, I love how you can kind of be creative and do what you like. Yeah, IFE, welcome, man. I got the new bow, dude, the long bow, 68-inch AMO. And it is a one piece. It is not a takedown, unlike the other two. I will say, I do need to practice a little bit more. I was hoping to go out hunting with it here in the next like week, but I don't think I will. I think I'll probably stick with the Samick Sage. Number one, I think I need to pick up new arrows for it because of the heavier draw weight. I think I really need 340 spine arrows. And then number two, like I still need a quiver for it. I have one on order, but I probably won't see that for at least another week. And then I want to practice with it a little bit more. I did shoot a little bit at like 15 to 20 yards today, and I was on, so. Chase, you're not kidding. I was down at Fort Knox for a school last year, and some of the bucks I saw down there were ridiculous. I mean, like 160, 170-inch deer on the base. It was insane. Yeah, IFE, it's awesome, dude. It's a shooter. Like I said, I got to practice a little bit more, and we'll see. But here, let me show you a shot. Hopefully I don't mess it up. As I do that, right off the start. That's one of the other things like that I don't necessarily like about it. Like the shelf on the riser for the arrow is very narrow, which that's how a lot of the longbow shelves are. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I have to get used to it because I don't have a bow like this yet. And then I do that because I pluck the string real bad. It's fantastic. Once again, I got to shoot it a little bit. I got to get used to it before I take it out hunting. It also doesn't help that I'm tired at this point. We've been shooting for an hour and a half, and I was shooting before I even hopped on the live, so. Chase, that's awesome, dude. That's a slammer of a buck. What happens if I hit the car? I've never hit the car, dude. It's not going to happen. There we go. But I mean, she hits hard, and those are only like 500 and I want to say those are 515 grain arrows. I want to be right around 550, but I need the 340 spine. And when I drop down to the 340 spine, that'll put me right around 550 for those arrows. So, Jeff, sorry to hear that. Yeah, Rick, we shot the tire on a live one time. We were getting kind of crazy. We were a little drunk. We shot the tire. There's a short out on the channel if you want to go see it. I shot the tire and the arrow ricocheted and came right back at us. Luckily, I had the intuition to move a smoker and put it in front of me, so that way it didn't come back. Dude, IFE, like this thing it's an awesome bow. Super quiet. I think that was the first thing I noticed about it, as opposed to like the recurves I have. Like it's so quiet. So when I get it down and I'm used to shooting it, like it's gonna be game on. This will be my hunting bow for next year, for sure. No, Brody, I hunt out of a saddle. And unfortunately, like, and this is kind of the reason I'm probably not going to hunt too much more with the recurve this year, because at this point there's no leaves on the tree. Like, it's really hard to get away with it when you're 15 feet in a tree or 20 feet in a tree. So like I'll climb 30 feet like it's nothing. And that's when having the compound and really being able to hit a target at 20 yards, being able to hit, a tiny group, because you don't have a lot of room for error, really comes into play. So that's probably what I'll do. Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, this is what is this? It's a Sam Lita Royal X8 longbow. It is like $140. You get the bow, which comes with a B55 string on it. You can see it's a really nice string that you don't have to upgrade, which is super cool. You get arrows. So you get some arrows with it. The arrows are kind of cheap, but they're not bad as long as the poundage is right for them. These are 500 spine arrows, so they're way under spine for my shooting. And then you also get a glove, and you get a, what do you call them? Like a wrist guard. You get a wrist guard with it too. So, whoops, didn't mean to do that. So it's super cool. Yeah, the leather grip is like, dude, that's awesome. Like it's just such a nice, the bow is beautiful. I have nothing bad to say about this bow. I might order another one in like a lower poundage for a practice bow, just because I like it so much. Tony, you knock it off. I really don't want to chug another beer. It's difficult. So this is a 40-pound bow. I overdraw. I draw 31 inches. Realistically, I can draw 32 inches if I have the right arrow setup. But for my hunting setup, to keep stuff easy, I keep them 31 inches, and I draw back until the broadhead touches the riser. So I know I hit my draw length every time. So that being said, I'm drawing about 47, 48 with this bow. I'd have to measure it because every bow's a little different, but 2.5 pounds is a standard for the industry. We don't want to do that. Never gonna give you up. We're still like 25 off, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been ready to wrap this up for a minute now because I'm just tired. It's almost 8 o'clock. I actually got to go like at 8 o'clock. So we're wrapping this up real soon. You guys would have to hit the 25 more likes you need in the next like 5 minutes. And I doubt you can do that. I will tell you though, like it's hard. Like this Samick Sage, it's a heavy bow. Like it's heavier than the Black Hunter. It's heavier than that longbow. That longbow is super light, which is one of the things that like from a perspective of I have to carry a lot of gear into the woods is nice. But when it comes time to shoot, which is the only time that really matters, you're less accurate with a light bow. I have a beer here, but unless we hit 100 likes, I'm not chugging another one, and I really don't want to chug another one, to be honest. Dion, my first bow kill was with a crossbow. We do not hate on crossbows on this channel, and I would encourage anybody just starting out with archery hunting to pick up a crossbow. Brooks, because it's in my garage. And I'm clearly not worried about hitting it. Well, at least I'm consistent. Those are a little far back. Probably liver. Maybe long. Long or liver. Long/liver. But anyway, it's about time for me to wrap this up. I've been on for a while. My first bow kill was with a crossbow. Yeah, Bill, my first bow kill was with a crossbow. I still consider them bows, and that's that. What was the bow name again? Awkward. I will go over them real quick for you, man. So I have a Sanlida. You can see it right there. Sanlida. This is a long bow. You can tell because, you know, the limbs go straight out. They don't curve back. If they curve back, they're a recurve. This will run you about 140 bucks. You'll get a whole package with it. This is a fantastic starter bow. Just don't overbow yourself. If you're just starting out, start with a 25 or 30 pound bow. But absolutely fantastic bow. I love this thing. My other bow. This is the bow that I've taken 4 deer with this year. This is a knockoff of a Samick Sage. It's a Samick Sage clone, I guess is what you could call it. I have a full video review and a link to this bow on the channel. It's an $80 bow. All I would say is upgrade the string that comes with it. And yeah, I mean, this thing's a shooter. You can get a nice cheap quiver for it because it has a bracket to mount it on the side. I love this thing. It's awesome. And it's nice and heavy. It's super easy to be accurate with this. Once again, if you're just starting out though, start super light, guys. Well, the shed isn't warm this time of year. It's like 20 degrees outside, so now isn't the time. Hit the deer head instead of a beer chug. You have a bear recurve. That's awesome. That's what Tony shoots. He shoots a bear super grizzly, I think is what he shoots. But anyways, I really appreciate everybody hopping on tonight. The chat has been fantastic. You guys are awesome, but I am going to wrap it up for the evening. So thank you so much. Appreciate all you guys, and we will see you tomorrow.